Object property topics list. Topic links below with a list of the property different object properties selected in the scene view of the project workspace. Topic section, structural level of frame, slope property, steel, concrete, timber, member property, slab, mat, property, roof panel, wall panel, property, surface element, bearing wall properties, patch, punch check, read, salt, strip, check line properties, isolation, foundation, pile property, submodel property, sub property, structural level frame, slope properties, topic structure property level, the property frame property, slope property, structure properties. When structures, select the structure tree, property with defined with the building principle, direction, default meshing display, property and description, general, building direction, rotation. All buildings are set with a global X, Y, and Z coordinate for Tekla structure. However, the building may have with its principal axis if they orientate with the angle with a global axis and plane with a certain broad required with the knowledge, order to orientate themselves correctly with the building include cylinders, calculation, direction, continuous beam, equivalent horizontal notational load with its seismic loading, natural frequencies, deflection, result of the drift, result of the default 0 degrees aligned with the building, direction 1, arrow with the global axis, x-axis, direction 2, allow with the global y-axis, entering positive value with the building direction arrow, clockwise about with the positive with the global z, with a negative value, rotates anti-clockwise, limiting values at positive 45 degrees, negative 45 degrees, enter the larger values captive. These limits the building direction arrows are always 90 degrees to each other, showing building direction arrows. Shift the building direction arrows displayed in all 2D, 3D views. Building direction label. Shift the label. View the building direction arrows. Direction 1, 2. Direction HV. And direction XY. Consequence class head code Finland arrow code shows consequence class additional KFI factor strength and composition C3 CC3 CC2 CC1 reliable head class Sweden. Choose the reliable class add additional YD factor. View the strength combinations RC2, RC3, RC2, RC1, shell mesh size, specify the shell mesh size 2 spanning slabs, default 1 meter or 3 foot 6 inches, although above the details likely conservative with the degree of the mesh refinement apply with the remaining usability, optimize solution time, consider the coarser mesh of the design during design development before switching to more refinement in final design stage, shell uniform factor, specify the shell uniform factor of the two-way spanning slab, default 50% above the default, likewise conservative degree of the mesh refinement, apply to remain all users' ability to optimize solution time, consider the coarse mesh during the design development before switching to more refinement mesh final design stage. Semi-rigid mesh, specify the mesh size of the roof panel slabs, modeling the semi-rigid at 1 meter or 3 foot 6 inches, semi-rigid uniformly, specify the semi-rigid uniform factor roof panel slabs, metal semi-rigid diaphragm default 100%, semi-rigid mesh type, semi-rigid mesh quad dominant, quad only or triangular roof panel slabs, wood model with the semi-rigid diagrams, wall mesh horizontal size. Specifies horizontal mesh size of the mesh walls on the model that could be overridden in individual wall properties 1 meter, 3 foot 6 inches. Wall mesh vertical size, specify the vertical mesh size of the mesh wall on the model with the overridden in individual wall properties default 1 meter, 3 foot 6 inches. Wall mesh type, usually specify the mesh type of the mesh walls in the model, but it can override individual wall properties, quad only, tri only, quad dominant, level properties. When level is selected in the structure, two of the following properties are played. Name the description level, the height of the construction level above the base level of the floor, by setting of the construction level of the floor, indicating its major level of the building. Floor levels, you determine items such as the interior story height, the position in which the column spikes are laid. If the level is not to be set with no live load reductions, accounting for the beam of the level, the end of the column support level. There will be a certain number of levels, a certain and clearly floor levels, but there could be many other. For example, the intermediate level in order to define half landing level of stairs, K bracing, which require construction level to intermediate bracing connection points, steps of building floor levels. When you define a level which clearly not a floor, then you should not check the floor blocks type. Select the type of the drop down TOS, SSL, or FFL. Mesh slab 3D analysis. Check the slabs are mesh in 3D analysis. Submodel level to contain with the determined mesh parameters apply. If clear, the slabs are not mesh in 3D analysis. Short name. Each construction level should be given a unique reference, typically with it might be the story number 1, 2, 3, etc. Long name. Each construction level may give them further assisted identification. First letter magnesian, etc. Name. Automatically generated short and long name by default will be given in structure T. Username used to replace the name displayed in the structure T. Short shows grid and plane view. Control of the grid construction line checkbox. Scene content effect with the plane views on. Scene content grid construction line checkbox. Which grid construction line on and off. Off grid construction line lines always alter respectively the scene content, grid construction line checkbox setting. Show grids in 3D view, control the 3 construction line checkbox and scene content in effect the 3D view, unseen grid construction line checkbox, switch grid construction lines off and on, specified line, level off grid construction lines always away from level irrespective of scene content, grid construction line checkbox setting does not control the display architectural grids that have a separate checkbox and scene content. Decomposition keep solver mode. They recreated each time the analysis performed. The setting simply controls whether you'll be able to review the model between analysis, check the solver mode, retain to allow the visual review of the messing, etc. Clear default solver mode, discard, and immediately after analysis has been performed. Frame properties. Frames selected when the structure 2 following properties are displayed. Name the description. Name the automatically generated name of the frame derived with the grid line selected. Username can be either the override automatically generated name. Show grids and plane level control of the grid construction line checkbox. Scene content effect with the frame views. On scene grid construction line checkbox. Switch grid lines on and off. Off the grid construction lines always off of the respective scene grid construction line checkbox. Show grids on 3D. Controls whether the 3 grid and construction line checkbox's content has any effect in 3D. On the scene content grid construction checkbox, show the grid lines are on or off specified frame. Off the grid construction are always off the specified frame, irrespective of the scene grid of the construction grid checkbox setting. The setting does not control the display architectural grids with separate checkbox and scene content visible. Control of the frame with view with it open or not. Slope properties. When a slope is selected with a structural T with the following properties, display the type, name of the description type, select with the type of the drop-down TOS, SSL, or FFL mesh slab analysis. Check the slab with the slope panel mesh 3D analysis submodel, which plane is contained. Determine the mesh parameters if applied. Clear the slab and the slope panel and not mesh in 3D analysis. Name of the automatically generated name within slope. Username can be overridden with the automatically generated name and if required. Show grids in plane. Control for the grid construction line checkbox at scene of the content affect the slope view. The on equals the scene content grid construction checkbox switch grid construction lines and off equals grid construction always or lines are always off the respectively scene content grid construction checkbox setting. Showing grids on 3D view, construct with the grid construction line checkbox content with the effect of the 3D view on this equals scene content grid construction checkbox grid construction line off the specified slope. Off the grid construction lines are always off the specified irrespective slope irrespectively scene content grid construction line checking setting. Checkbox setting. This setting does not control the display of architectural grids which separate checkbox and scene content. Visible control of the slope of the view that open or not. Decomposition keep solver model. This is recreated each time an analysis is performed. Setting simple control that you will be able to review the model between analysis, check the solver and retain and allow with the view visually review of the meshing, etc. Clear default solver model discard immediately after the analysis has been performed. Steel concrete timber beam properties, steel member, concrete member, timber member, cold firm member, cold rolled properties, definition, rotation angle, and gamma angle. Steel member properties, topic steel column property set, steel beam property set, composite steel property set, steel brace property set, steel joist property set, portable frame property set, gable post property set, parpet post property set, edit steel column properties, edit steel beam properties, edit composite steel beam property set, edit steel brace properties, edit steel joist properties, and edit gable post property set, edit parpet post property set, edit steel truss property set. Okay, so we have edit steel column property set following property for the display with selecting one of the more existing steel columns and individual column property for the display with the dialog, right clicking and selecting edit property and definition. General name automatically generated with the new column. Username can override automatically generated if required. Group the name of the group of the column belong. Top level the vertical position column top of the property only displayed in 2D floors. Base level the vertical position of the column base of the property only displayed on the 2D floor plane and indicate with the grid along the column is placed. Characteristics define basic member type, material of the column, material type of the column, construction type of define the type of the construction, composite column construction beyond the scope of the current release design, fabrication define the type of the fabrication, plated concrete, filled concrete, in case fabrication beyond the scope of the current release design, order the design clear for the specified section, check for the during design process, check section for the design section order will be considered during the design process, see auto design steel. Design section design order from the section size selected for the auto design is employed and see design section order. Gravity only indicate for the column design or gravity combinations. Check for the design for gravity combination. Clear for the design gravity lateral combination. Gravity only design. Rotation, define the rotation member around a local axis, x-axis, 0, 90, 180, negative 90, all lines for the column global axis lines, the column with the exact rotation angle specified the vertical column with the default 0 degrees line, local y and global x-axis rotation angle to enter the end angle directly see the above the rotation angle, major snap, level, define alignment, major property top center, centroid bottom, major offset columns of the snap point at a major axis, major minor snap level, the alignment, minor property left centered, centroid right, minor offset column of the snap point with a minor axis, assume extra floors supported. Number of extra floors assumed to be supported by the column load reduction, simple column and indicate the column to be designed, simple column, see simple columns. Section initially applied with the column that is gray, but it will be replaced with a new section. The design section orders. Remember that the auto design grave of the design, the steel grave of the column available, the grave of the material buttons of the home ribbon, encasing section properties only. It's with the concrete encased fabrication, concrete glass, concrete grade, concrete filled, concrete encased columns. Concrete grades are available or set from the material buttons of the home ribbon. The properties only display with the fabrication type of the set with the concrete filled, concrete encased. Face A, continued rest, indicate with the continuous restraint with the face A, steel column C, steel column restraint, face C, continued rest, indicates continuous restraint in face C, steel column restraints, release, define end release, column release, size constraints only applicable with the auto design, check for the always input with the upper lower limit section, depth and width of size constraint, instability factor, prevent out plane instability, define it out of plane stability is prevented. Lambda, critter, check, drift check. By default, all stack columns are taken into account with the calculation determined in the same way. Sensitivity building the result of the calculation be accessed. The review tile bar parameter provides facility to exclude with a particular column stack. For these calculations, for the purest result associated with very small stack lengths, either clear with the checkbox located all stacks exclude with the entire column with exclude with a particular stack with clearing the checkbox located on the stacks only. Wind drift check. Wind drift automatically checks against the specified limiting ratio which can be set differently in different columns. Result of the calculation acts if the review toolbar don't want to check with this performance. You can either clear the checkbox located on all stacks to exclude entire column, and you can exclude with a particular stack by checking the checkbox located under the stack only stack. See also all stacks. Gamma angle derive the rotation values define orientation major axis section. Gamma angle splice indicates splice position level and load reductions count floor being supported heads code Euro code BS and IS check for the floor be treated supported when calculated impose load reductions load reductions CLL head code ACI AISC specify kill factor or specify key LL factor according to the table 42 ASC E705 ASC E710 load reductions eccentricity define eccentric beam end connections with the column face seismic force resistant systems. Define column of the part of the seismic force resistance system for the SFRS system. The design members of the systematic force resisting only supported by the ACI ASC head code and current release. C steel column seismic force resisting system UDA customizable list attributed apply with the individual members and panels user define attributes. Edit steel beam property. Set up the following property display with selecting one more existing steel beam to the individual beam property display with a dialog. Right clicking and selecting edit. Name automatically generated with the name. Username can be either the automated generated name of the required group, the name of the group of the beam belongs. Plane and indicate the level the beam is placed. Character to define the basic member team. Type material define the material type of the beam. Construction define the type of the non-composite composite of the beams composite with the concrete slab. Fabrication define the type of the fabrication rolled plated Weststock cellular Weststock plated fab sack Weststock cellular fab sack are beyond the scope of the current release design. Auto design cleared specify the section check the during of the design process check section of the design section under which the during the design process see auto design seal design section order specify the order file with the design section will be selected. See design section order gravity only indicate the beam design gravity combinations only check the design gravity combination check. Clear design gravity lateral combination C gravity only design rotation. Find the rotation member around the local x-axis of the default 0 degrees to align with the major property of the global z-axis provided the member has not been specifically defined with the inclined plane. See rotation angle to infinite angle directly see above the rotation angle, major snap and level, the alignment of major property top and center droid bottom, major offset of the beam of the snap point with a major axis, minor snap level, alignment with the minor property left center centroid right, major offset, the offset of the beam of the snap point with a minor offset, L span section of the section include the apply with the beam with grade with this or play with the new section of the design section grade. So the steel grade of the beam, the available the grades of the set of the material buttons on the home ribbon, the linearity indicates of the beam in straight or curve of the design curve steel beams is beyond scope of the current release. Gamma angle to derive the rotation value to define the orientation major axis section. See gamma angle of the top flange continuous restraint. Define the top flange continuous restraint. Restraints of these factors can also be managed with the steel beam property dialog. Right clicking on the beam and the selecting edit with the context menu. Bottom flange continuous restraint. Define the bottom flange continuous restraint. Restraints a factor to be managed with from the steel beam property dialog, right clicking on the beam, selecting edit with the context menu. Release define end release C beam release load reduction KLL head code ACISC. Specify the KLL factor in accordance to table 42 ASC E705 ASC E710. See load reductions. Deflection limits. Define the deflection limits specified load type. C steel beam deflection limits. Torsion. You specify and it should be torsion according to the design guide 9. Also to apply with the rotational limits required. Steel beam torsion. Camber. Use to specify the camber in the beam if required. Natural frequency. Use to specify the natural frequency limit of the beam if required. Size constraints. Define upper and lower limit of the section depth of width with being auto design and size constraints. Instability factor prevent outplane instability. Define outplane stability prevented. Seismic force resistant system indicates the beam seismic force resistant system. If so, the FRS type design members seismic force resistant systems only support ACI AISC head coded in current release steel beams and seismic force resistant systems. User defined attributes, customized list of attributes applied with the individual members or panels. Span 1, span 2, etc. Multi-span beam properties enter for the specific span, overriding the defined all spans level. Alright, edit composite steel beam properties. Set the following properties display with the selection one more existing complete steel beams. The individual beam properties display with the dialog, right-clicking, selecting edit. Name, the automatically generated name, the username can override generated name, group, the name of the group of the beam belongs, plane, the indicate the level of the beam is placed, character if the basic member type, beam, material of the beam, construction, define the type of the construction, composite beam acts, composite with the concrete slab, all non-composite design, select all to allow with the beam to design the non-composite, believe with the composite design cannot be achieved all non-composite designs, fabrication, define the type of the rolled, plated West auxiliary, West plated fabsec, West auxiliary fabsec are beyond the scope of the current release design, auto design, cleared specified section, check during the design process, check the section of the design section order will be conserved during the design process, see auto design steel. Design section order specify the order file of the design section will be select design section order. Gravity only indicate the beam's design for gravity combinations. Check for design for gravity combination. Clear for the design gravity and lateral combinations. Rotation. Define rotation member around local axis. Default degree 0. Align with a major property. The global z-axis provided the member has not been specifically defined with the inclined plane rotation angle. Enter the angle directly. See with above the rotation to the angle. Major snap and level the alignment of the top center and bottom. Centered bottom. Major offset of the beam and the snap left of the major axis. Minor snap level alignment. Minor property to left center, centroid right. Minor offset of the beam of the snap point with a minor axis snapped individual section. Sections initially applied with the beam of the grade, but this will be replaced with the new section of the design section. Grade, the define the steel grade of the beam and available the grades are set with the material buttons on the home ribbon. Linearity indicate with the beam straight with the curve of the design, the curve steel of the beam on the scope of the current release. Gamma angle of the derive of the rotation angle of the value of the defines the orientation major axis section. Gamma angle. Top flange continuous resistant, defined on the top flange continuous resistance restraints with a factor of the beam managed with the steel beam properties dialog, right clicking the beam and then selecting edit with the context menu with the bottom flange continuous restraint, defining the bottom flange continuous restraining these factors also managed with the seam beam, steel beam property dialog, right clicking on the beam and selecting edit with the context menu release, defining the end release C, the beam release, load reduction C, specify the KLL factor according to table 42 ACE E705 ACE E710. See load reductions, define deflection limits. See with the deflection limit specify the load type, steel beam, deflection limits, camber, specify the camber of the beam, steel beam camber, natural frequency. You specify the natural frequency limit of the beam to the beam if required, composite beam natural frequency. Size constraint, define upper lower limits for the section, depth of the width of the beam, and auto design. Size constraint, floor construction, you specify shear connector type. See floor construction, metal deck, you specify minimum lap distance, metal deck. Stud length, you specify the stud property, stud strength. Connector layout, specify the stud layout. See connector layout. Transverse reinforcement, you specify the transverse reinforcement. See composite beam transverse reinforcement. Instability factor, preventing outplane instability. Define outplane stability is prevented. Seismic and seismic resistance systems indicates beam of the part of the seismic resistance systems. If so, for the SFRS design member of seismic force resistant systems only supported ACI AISC head code in the current release steel beams and seismic force resistance systems. User defined and attributes customized level attributed to apply for the individual members and panels. Alright, for individual beam properties to display with the dialog, right click with select editing, edit steel brace property, following property to display with selecting one or more existing steel braces. The individual brace properties to display with the dialog, right clicking, selecting edit, name, automatically generated name of the brace, username, override automatically generated name, required group name for the brace belongs, indicate the level, plane indicates the level the brace is placed, characters that define with the basic type, member type, material of the brace, auto design cleared, specified section checking the design process, check section of the design section ordered to consider during the design process, auto design. Design section order, specify the order of the file of the design section be selected. Rotation, the rotation member of the local axis default 0 degrees align major property with the global Z axis provided the member have not been specified. Define inclined plane. Rotation angle is the inch for the angle directly see with above rotation angle. Alignment, major snap, level of the line with a major top centroid, bottom offset, major offset brace for the snap point with a major axis. Minor snap, level of all alignment with a minor property left centroid right. Minor offset to offset for the brace to snap point with a minor axis, all spans. Section, the section would include initially apply to the brace grade with the replay for the new section design section grade to define the shield with the grade brace available the grade with the material buttons on the home ribbon. Compression only specify the braces is compression only, tension only specify the braces, tension only, relaxation factor only skip the brace for the tension, all of the default 0.0, any value enter for the not used unless for the check of the use of relaxation for the tension only elements for the analysis option is highly unlikely if you would ever need to set a specific release factor of the individual brace, gamma angle of the derive of the rotation angle of the value defined with the orientation major axis of the section, release defined in release, C brace release, compression head code BSEC, expand with all definition effective length and factor, steel brace and compression tension, expand with the level of the definition that area section of the tension checks, steel brace load reduction, specify KL, according to table 42 ASCE 705 ASCE 710. Load reduction, size constraint, define upper lower limit section depth width with the being auto design size constraint, seismic, in seismic force resistance, indicate with the brace the seismic force resistance system SFRS type, design member of the seismic force resistance system only supported ACI AISC head code in current release steel beams and seismic force resistance. User defined attributed to customize with attributes that can be applied to individual members and panels. Edit steel joist property set. Following properties are displayed with select one or more existing steel joints, individual joist properties that can be displayed in the dialog. Right clicking to edit. Turn over the name, generated name of the joist, username, automatically generated name, if required, group name, group of which of the joist belongs, plane and level to which the joist is placed, characteristic steel joist. Material type defined with the material of the joist, steel joist, material defined with the joist type, auto design clear with the specified section, check with the during the design process, check section with the design section under the during the design process, see auto design section order, specify the order file with the design section ability to selected, design selection order, gravity only, indicate with the joist, design with the gravity combination, check with the design, gravity combination clear with the design, gravity lateral combination, see gravity only. Rotation of the member around local axis default to 0 degrees, aligned with a major property with the global Z axis, wherever the member has not been specifically defined an inclined plane, and see rotation angle directly, see with above rotation angle, major snap, aligned with the major property top center, centroid, bottom, major offset, jump with the snap joint, major axis, minor snap level alignment, minor property left center and centroid and right, minor offset with the joints, snap point on the minor axis, all span sections apply with the joist grade, the steel grade of the joist available, the grade of the material material buttons on the home ribbon. Release, define fixed eddy, torsional load, release at each end. Load reduction, special KL, according to the table 42, ASCE E75, ASCE E710. Load reductions. Deflection limit, define the deflection limit, specified load types, size constraints, define upper lower limit, specify the depth of width of being auto design, instability factor, define out of plane stability is prevented. Edit gable post properties. Following properties are displayed by selecting one or more existing steel gable posts. The individual post property with the display with the dialog, right clicking and selecting edit. Or jump on the automatic generator name for the column. They can also be the username override with the automatic generator name if required. Top level to define vertical position, column types. This property only displayed on 2D floors. Base level the vertical position of the column base with the property only displayed on 2D floors. Plane to indicate the grid along with the column display. The characteristic defines the basic member type, material type of the material of the column, construction type of the construction, fabrication type of the fabrication. Horizontal clear specified section will be checked during process. Check section of the design section order will be concerned with the during design process auto design steel. Design section under design order file from section side selected with auto design employed design section order. Gravity only indicates column design for gravity combination. Check with the design gravity combination. Clear with the design gravity lateral combination. Gravity only design. Rotation defining rotation member around local axis 0, 90, 180, negative 90 aligns column with the global axis aligns angle of the line with the column the exact rotation to be specify. For vertical columns the default degree 0 align local Y with global X axis rotation angle to enter the angle with above the rotation angle. Some major snap alignment properties: top center centroid, bottom major offset column snap point, major axis minor snap level alignment, minor property left centroid right, minor offset with the column with the snap point over the minor axis. Assumed extra floor support with the number of the extra floor is assumed is supported by the column. Load production simple column indicate the column design with simple column. See simple columns all stack section initially applied by the column is created with this will be replaced with the new section design section order and remember the auto design grave the steel grave of the column available the grave of the material buttons on the home ribbon release define the end release column release. Deflection limited to relatively absolute deflection limited to apply with the wind load size constraints only applicable. The auto design check with this also imposes the upper lower limited section depth of the width size constraints instability factor prevent out of plane instability define out of plane stability is prevented. Dip drift kit check or drift check default gable post taken out with the calculation determine the same sway sensitivity of building result calculation be accessed review toolbar. Parameter provides facility exclude the particular gable post for these calculation. Wind drift check with wind drift automatically checked against the specified limiting ratio, which can be different with the different columns. This result of the calculation except for the review toolbar. If you don't want to check with it, perform either check the box, all stacks to exclude. Entire column you can exclude the particular stack, clearing the checkbox located under the stack. Seismic force resistance. Define column in the part of the seismic force resistance as FRS type of design. Remember this S seismic force resistance system only supported with the ACI AISC head code and current release steel column seismic force resistance systems. User defined attributed to customized attributed that can be attributed to individual members and panels. Alright, edit parpet post properties. Following property for the display, selecting one or more existing parpet property to individual post property for the display with the dialog, right clicking, selecting edit, name, automatically generated name, username, override automatically generated name, required top level the vertical position, post top, base level the vertical position, post base, the group, the name of the group of the post belong to the plane, indicate that the group belong with the post is played with the character that's defined on the basic member type, material type of the material for the post, the construction type of the construction, the fabrication type of the fabrication, the auto design setting of the ignore parapet is in post and does not design with the Tekla structural design, design section order setting of the ignore parapet post are not designed with the Tekla structural designer, rotation of the member around local axis 0, 90, 180, 90 aligns column with the global axis aligns column with the exact rotation angle specified with the vertical column degrees 0 aligns with the local Y with the global axis rotation angle the enter angle directly set above the rotation angle of the major snap the defined top centered centroid bottom major offset column snap point with the major axis minor snap level of alignment minor property left centroid right minor offset the column snap point minor offset access. Assume extra floor ports, floors supported. Number of the extra floors assumed supported by the post. Load production all stack. Section initially applied with the column created with the rule will be played for the new section design. Section or ordered if the members auto design. Grade the define the seal grade with the column available. The grade with the material buttons on the home ribbon. Relief the define the end release column. Release size constraint. Size constraints are only applicable. The auto design is checked with the allow with the input with the upper lower limited section. Depth of the size constraint. Instability factor preventing out with the plane instability. Define out with the plane instability prevented. Limit check drift criteria. The default gable post taken out with the calculation terminating out. Sway sensitivity of the building. Result of the calculation being assessed. Review toolbar. Parameter provides facilities exclude the particular gable post of these calculations. Wind drift checks. Wind drift checks automatically checked again for the specified limiting ratio with community specified with a different column with the result of the calculation except for the review toolbar. If you don't want to check with the perform, either check with the box located within all sections, exclude with the entire column, exclude with the particular stack with the check box located under the stack. Only seismic force resistant, defined column seismic force resistant, and so forth. Design member of the seismic force only supported ACI, AISC head code and current release. User define attributed with a customized list of attributes applied with individual members and panels. Edit steel truss property set. Once truss has been created, the properties can be displayed with the property window left clicking on the truss. You have the name automatically generated with the truss derived with the username. The use of the override automatic generated name of the required auto design. Clear specified section. Check with the name of the design process. Check with the section selected automatically during the design process. The auto design section with the size of the truss member, the grade, seal grade with the truss member available. The grades or set of the materials buttons from the home ribbon. The design sector order file with the section size select for the auto design if employed. Rotation over the member to local around XF the default 0 degrees line with the major property with the global Z axis. Provided the member has it specified with the defined with the inclined plane, rotation angle to inch of the angle to degree such rotation angle, concrete members and properties, concrete wall properties, concrete column properties set, concrete beam properties set, edit concrete properties.